to push out the people that he was stuck with.
Yeah, I think that's interesting because, of course, Ezra Cohen-Watnick is one of these NSC officials who was kicked out.
We have a graphic of all of them who've been kicked out under McMaster's watch. So, Ezra Cohen-Watnick, what do we need to know about?
Yeah, he was somebody who McMaster tried to move off the National Security Council a couple of months ago and was blocked reportedly by Steve Bannon, Jared Kushner, even the president himself. That's changed, and I think you can take away from the fact that now that Kelly's there, now that Ezra Cohen-Watnick has been removed from the National Security Council, that has the sort of indirect approval of the president.
So, Eli, what do you make of this, that John Kelly is attempting to right the ship and restore order, and that might not bode well for Steve Bannon, or at least his acolytes?
John Kelly is a Marine Corps general. H.R. McMaster is a U.S. Army general in the military. If you are the commander, you get to pick your staff. And I think that is the principle that applies in this particular case. Under Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, there were lots of these personnel disputes. I mean, there were weeks in which McMaster wanted to bring in his deputy, Ricky Waddell, and Reince Priebus tried to block that. And, we just heard from Michael about the issue over Ezra Cohen-Watnick. So I think that principle is sort of applied right now with H.R. McMaster. And it's potentially part of the new regime. I can tell you that in the case of Ezra Cohen-Watnick, what I'm hearing is that there are a lot of other advisors who are close to the president right now who are very upset about that. And
that he was ousted.
That he was ousted, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him in another role in some way in the administration.
Interesting, and of course that ties into part of the unmasking thing because it was believed that he was involved in talking to Devin Nunes.
It was he, Ezra, just so that people understand the context, it was Ezra Cohen-Watnick who wanted to investigate the unmasking. If Susan Rice had done something illegal?
That's not, my understanding is that he was reviewing the unmasking policy, discovered this, sent it to the Office of General Counsel. The Office of General Counsel then took it from there, and then Nunes had another step. It's a little confusing. Another lawyer who's now working at the White House named Michael Ellis, who informed him about this, but I don't think it was sort of like, Ezra Cohen-Watnick was necessarily pushing it. I mean, there was a review of a lot of these policies. He discovered, he said, what do I do? And he goes to Don McGahn's office.
Michael, final point on McMaster, H.R. McMaster here, who's found himself, feeling heat from the conservative media, really for a long time, but specifically over the last week. Laura Ingraham all of a sudden tweeting some things about him, Breitbart focusing on him, quite a little bit. What's wrong in the mind of some of these writers with H.R. McMaster?
Well, I think there's definitely sort of a outside campaign going on. Allies of Steve Bannon are sort of pushing this. I can't say for sure whether it's coming from Bannon himself. I don't think it is, but it's certainly that's a big part of it. There's this view. I think that he's protecting Obama appointees within the National Security Council. It's a little more complicated than that. There are people that are a little more difficult to sort of get rid of that were from the past administration. There's budgetary issues. So it's a little more complex and complicated. But this is a fight. This is a battle that's going on, and they're trying to push each other out, and this is the result of that.
Michael, Eli, thank you very much for all these developments and